Can you get enough fish oil from eating fish, or do you need a supplement? This is JJ Virgin, four-time New York Times bestselling author, celebrity nutrition expert, and fitness Hall of Famer. I've been on a lifelong quest for answers to the toughest health questions. And now I'm sharing what I found with you. Welcome to Ask the Health Expert. Morgan from Facebook asks, can you get enough fish oil from eating fish, or do you need a supplement? Ooh, that's a good one. I'll be right back to answer that question. Stay with me. Hey, JJ here. And if you're liking my show, you are going to love the Holistic Plastic Surgery Show with my buddy, America's holistic plastic surgeon, Dr. Anthony Youn. Just imagine getting the top secrets and tips to look and feel your very best every single week. Dr. Youn shares with you that inside information that the other plastic surgeons don't want you to know because you might not need to go see them. Things like, what's the best simple skincare routine? By the way, it's the one I follow. What should you eat to make your skin look amazing? And what's the real scoop about the latest treatments and procedures being offered at your local med spa or doctor's office? Dr. Youn is a board-certified plastic surgeon, 3-time best-selling author, social media sensation, and a doctor you can trust. When he's not sharing his insider tips, he's interviewing holistic health experts like dermatologists, functional medicine docs, and me. Check out this clip.
Probably the most important thing to do of all of these, if you want to really de-age your skin, if you want to get your skin looking younger and healthier, more vibrant, is to use a retinoid at night. So what are retinoids? Retinoids are derivatives of vitamin A, and they come in prescription strength, which is known as tretinoin or Retin-A, and they come in over-the-counter strength, which is known as retinol.
If you're looking for the best information on looking and feeling your best holistically, this podcast is it. Check it out at followdryoun.com. That's followdryoun.com. Oh my gosh, I am such a big fan of fish oil. Now, if you've been in my community, you know that when my son Grant was 16 years old, he was the victim of a hit and run, literally left for dead in the street, and had a severe brain injury. He had multiple diffuse axonal injuries, translates to a big time coma, like the worst possible score. He was in a coma for weeks, and it took him couple months, 4.5 months in the hospital, and then years to come fully out of that coma. And one of the first things that I did in the hospital was start to boost up his fish oil. He'd already been on 5 grams of fish oil a day because he had been diagnosed with bipolar disorder. Incorrectly, we discovered later. However, I believe that higher dose of fish oil was one of the reasons he was able to make it through this accident, because fish oil protects your brain, amongst other things that it does. One of the things that it does is help with bone remodeling. It is super important for brain health, putting out inflammation. It's a natural, it's kind of nature's anti-inflammatory, nature's NSAID. So bone remodeling, brain and heart health, keeping your blood thin, reducing inflammation, having a better mood, all sorts of key important stuff. So it's something you want to make sure that you're getting these specific omega-3s from fish, because you can get omega-3s from things like flax and chia and hemp, but you're getting something called ALA. You're not getting EPA and DHA. Those are what you get, especially DHA, from fish. And it has all sorts of great qualities. So how much do you need, and can you get it all from fish alone? First of all, you got to make sure that you're eating super duper clean fish. I order mine from my buddies over at Vital Choice, my buddy Randy Hartnell, who's been in the biz forever, and I know and trust him to get the best stuff. So I make sure I get my fish from him: wild salmon, wild halibut, wild scallops, and then the special kind of tuna called Ventruska tuna, super small, so you're not going to have the mercury issues, and really high in omega-3s. And the reason I mention that is if you're eating things like that, and you're eating like 4 to 6 times a week, you may be okay. Like that Ventruska salmon gives you a really great load of fish oil. but most of us aren't. I think that I probably get fish in 3 to 4 times a week. And so I take fish oil every single day as well. The way that you can really tell, though, because it's not just the fish oil you're getting in, it's also what other types of fats you're getting and that ratio between them. I mean, one of the most therapeutic things you can do for your health is make an oil change and making sure that you aren't getting too many inflammatory fats, that it's a balance. And so you've got things that are more inflammatory, like arachidonic acid, omega-6s, and things that are anti-inflammatory, these omega-3s. You want to make sure you're getting a good balance. So that's why you're going to eat all sorts of different types of fats, monounsaturated, polyunsaturated, saturated, MCTs, avocados, raw nuts and seeds, olive oil, right? So you're getting this nice blend, but ideally you would do something called an omega-3 index. That's really looking at, are you getting the ideal amount of omega-3s through diet and supplementation? Based on that test, which is a simple test to get, I think they actually even offer it through Vital Choice. Simple blood spot, you do that, then you would know, boy, I need to supplement as well. I find most people are going to do better with supplementation, and considering all of the important things that it does, it also helps with potentially lowering triglycerides and helps with insulin and all hormone receptor sensitivity. So, and can help with blood pressure. I mean, super important stuff. So I find, for me, I would recommend, and I take 2 grams of fish oil a day. I eat 3 to 4 times a week. And if something's going on, like when my son had a traumatic brain injury, I had him pumped up really high for a while. I had him all the way up to 20 grams, but he was in a coma, then dropped him to 10, then dropped him to 5. And he stayed on 5 grams for a long time. And I think he's actually still on 5 grams today. So depending on what's going on, to me, the starting dose is 2 grams, and then you'll look at what else is going on, and then you'd get an omega-3 index test to check. Now, besides how much, the type you take is super duper important. Do not go save money trying to get inexpensive fish oil, because you've got to make sure that it was processed well so that you're getting it, so that it's stayed in a good form. Remember, this is an omega-3. It's easily oxidized. So you want to make sure that the way it's been processed, it hasn't been oxidized. It doesn't have any of the heavy metals or any types of, I'm trying to think of the word. It's not a pesticide, but any bad chemicals or things that might have picked up from the ocean, being in a dirty area. So you want to make sure that it's clean, that's been processed correctly, and that it is in triglyceride form, because that's the form that your body's going to be able to use. And that it also, bonus points, although I think this should be mandatory, has a little lipase and some antioxidant protection, something like annatotocotrienol, something to prevent it from oxidizing. It's great if there's a little lemon in it too, just in case you do burp it up at all, you get the lemon and the lipase to help you digest it. If you find you're burping fish oil, first of all, that could be a sign the fish oil is rancid. The other thing that you want to look at is, do I need to be taking fat digestive enzymes like lipase? That will help a bunch. So there you go, everything you want to know about fish oil. And again, if it were me, if it's my family, I have everyone on 2 grams is, to me, that sort of basic dose. And I look at the things that you need: a good multivitamin, mineral, antioxidant formula, and good essential fatty acids, high in omega-3s. All righty. I've got a bunch more answers. So if you've got questions, make sure you leave them for me, and I will pick them up and answer them on our daily show. And while you're here, subscribe to JJ so that you don't miss an episode. This is JJ with Ask the Health Expert. I do this 5 times a week, so make sure you never miss a show by going to subscribetojj.com.